Welcome to episode number 19 of the Eli Engel podcast. I'm your host, Eli Donnell. Let's dive right into it. Starting in the MLB, Padres and Lucas Giolito agreed to a one-year contract with an option for 2027, so he is staying put in San Diego. The A's have placed star outfielder Denzel Clark on the IL with a bone bruise in his foot, so he will be out for a couple of weeks. 12 homers in the last 4 games for the White Sox. They are on a great run hitting homers right now. Murakami had some the other day. They did inside the Parker yesterday. The Mets, as of filming this, are on a 12-game losing streak. Let's check quick just to make sure. Mets look rough right now. Not what anyone thought. Yes, the Mets they play tonight at 7 o'clock they will look to snap it at 12 and not get to 13. Ohtani has tied the Dodgers' second longest on-base streak in the modern era at 53 consecutive games. That matches Sean Green from back in 2000. And Duke Snider has the lead for the Dodgers at 58 consecutive games on base. That was in 1954. And the all-time is set by Ted Williams. Edwin Diaz will have surgery to remove loose bodies from his elbow. He will miss time. And Sonny Gray is placed on the 15-day IL with right hamstring tightness. He is done for a little bit. Moving into golf, Matt Fitzpatrick wins the RBC Heritage for a second time in a playoff over Scotty Scheffler. Picks up his 4th career win and his 2nd of the season, his first since the Valspar a couple of weeks ago. On deck is the Zurich Classic of New Orleans at TPC, Louisiana. Ben Griffin and Andrew Novak will defend. This is the only 2-man event on tour. They will play 4-ball or best ball on rounds 1 and 3, and they will wrap it up with alternate shot for rounds 2 and 4. Some of the big pairings this week: Brooks Koepka playing with Shane Lowry. So that'll be one to look. Shane normally playing with Rory, but Rory taking the off week and Lowry playing with Koepka. Into the NHL, we will start with the NHL regular season stats and where everyone finished. For the Skaters offensive players, Connor McDavid finished with 138 points, Nathan MacKinnon with 53 goals, and Connor McDavid with 90 assists. Defense-wise, Evan Bouchard at 95 points, Jacob Chychrun with 26 goals, and Evan Bouchard with 74 assists. Rookies, Ivan Demidov with 62 points. Beckett Seneca and Matthew Schaefer both tie at 23 goals, and Ivan Demidov with assists at 43. Into the goalies, Scott Wedgwood, season long at goals against at 2.02 and save percentage at .921, and Ilya Sorokin leads the way with 7 shutouts. Into the playoffs, the Stanley Cup Playoffs are officially underway, and some great matchups. We'll run through them all up to this point. Senators and Carolina in Game 1. Carolina won 2-0. Anderson shuts out the Senators. Wild and Dallas. Wild with a 6-1 beating to Dallas. Eriksson Ek and Matt Boldy both with 2 goals. Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, the Battle of Pennsylvania. Philly wins the first matchup 3-2, and Porter Martone with the game-winning goal with 3:30 left. And that is what did it for the Flyers. And the Kings and the Avalanche, Colorado, a 2-1 victory in Game 1. Montreal and Tampa Bay, a thriller. Montreal wins it 4-3 in overtime. Juraj Slafkovsky with the OT winner to complete the hat trick. Boston and Buffalo, Game 1. Buffalo takes it 4-3. Buffalo 4 answered after going down 2-0. Utah and Vegas, Game 1. Vegas wins it 4-2. Into some Game 2s. Philly and Pittsburgh go at it again, and Philly wins it 3-0 with a Vladar shutout. Senators and Carolina, Game 2. Carolina wins it 3-2. In double overtime, Jordan Martinook with the overtime game winner. Wild and Dallas, Game 2. Dallas comes out top 4-2. Anaheim and Edmonton, Game 1. Edmonton with a 4-3 winner. Kasperi Kapanen gets it done with 2:54 to go in regulation. Montreal and Tampa Bay Game 2. Tampa Bay wins it 3-2. J.J. Moser, the overtime winner, and Brandon Hagel picks up the first ever Gordie Howe hat trick for the Lightning in the playoffs. Boston and Buffalo Game 2. Boston wins it 4-2. And Utah and Vegas Game 2. Utah wins it 3-2. Logan Cooley, the game-winning goal with 6 minutes remaining. Kings and Avalanche. Colorado wins it 2-1 in overtime. Nicholas Waugh with the game-winning goal. In the West, Colorado's up 2-0 over LA. Dallas and Minnesota tied at 1 game apiece. Vegas and Utah tied at 1 game apiece. And Edmonton up 1-0 over Anaheim. In the East, Boston and Buffalo even at 1 game apiece. Tampa and Montreal even at 1 game apiece. Carolina up 2-0 over Ottawa, and Philadelphia up over 2-0 over Pittsburgh. The NFL draft begins Thursday, but there was a big trade. Dexter Lawrence goes from the Giants to the Bengals, and the Giants pick up pick number 10. We will run through the picks. Vegas with the Raiders with the first pick. Jets number 2. Cardinals 3. Titans 4. Giants 5. Browns 6. Commanders 7. Saints 8. Chiefs 9. Giants 10 via the Bengals. Dolphins 11. Cowboys 12. Rams 13 via the Falcons. Ravens 14. Bucks 15. Jets 16 via the Colts. Lions 17. Vikings 18. Panthers 19. Cowboys 20 via the Packers. Steelers 21, Chargers 22, Eagles 23, Browns 24 via the Jags, Bears 25, Bills 26, 49ers 27, 28 belongs to the Texans, 29 to the Chiefs via the Rams, 30 belongs to the Dolphins via the Broncos, 31 to the Patriots, and number 32 to the Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks. We'll wrap it up with some college baseball rankings. UCLA 1, North Carolina 2, Georgia Tech 3, Texas 4, Georgia 5, Oregon State 6, Texas A&M 7, FSU 8, Coastal Carolina 9, Virginia 10, Auburn 11, West Virginia 12, Alabama 13, Oklahoma 14, Mississippi State 15, Kansas 16, Ole Miss 17, Southern Miss 18, Oregon 19, Nebraska 20, Florida 21, Boston College 22, 23 is USC, 24 is Arkansas, and 25 is ASU. UCF, the only team to drop out of the rankings this week. It's going to be continuing to be a wild week of the Stanley Cup Playoffs. Some great matchups: Montreal, Tampa, Boston, Buffalo. Are the Flyers going to be able to pick up the sweep over the Penguins? Vegas and Utah, they head to Utah now. Every team now making the change except for Edmonton, Anaheim. Edmonton one more game, and then they head to Anaheim. Everyone now traveling. A couple of teams have more days off than others. Lightning don't play again until Friday, having to travel all the way up to Montreal. And Pittsburgh, Philly only get one off day as they head to play in Philadelphia or Pittsburgh tonight. So some big matchups coming in the NHL as we look to decide round 2. That's all I have for you this week. I will see you next week. So long.